There is a very clear record of how the first and second and third generation of Christians thought about these issues. And as contemporary Christians today, there's a lot of issues that we wrestle with, and how great to be able to go back to the source. And I think that this is one way that the Gideon's Bible organization actually got it wrong. And although they were well-intentioned, they had the idea that the Bible would speak for itself, so that if you could get the Bible in the hands of as many people as possible, then God would do the rest of the work. And I think there's an element of truth in that, but it's a very small percentage of the reality of what we can see actually happens, and is happening when people get a hold of Bibles. So this idea that the Bible speaks for itself and is the ultimate authority, was this an idea that the early church had? Let us go to St. Ignatius and St. Polycarp and find out. So people build their whole lives around interpretations of the Bible, specifically that area of church history called the primitive church. Like my friend who gave away his house that was worth $1 million so he could live in his car and try to recover the glory of the primitive church. The problem is, he would give me these books that were ideologically driven summaries of the early church. And part of the reason is the church fathers aren't accessible. And for somebody coming from a Protestant background, don't underestimate the bias and the prejudice against all things Roman Catholic. You know, I didn't have that. My dad, he took a lot of flack for selling rosaries in his evangelical Christian bookstore. But he would say, Catholics are part of the family too. But I like to present in Spanish and English the pre-Nysean church fathers in a way that they could really speak for themselves. And then we could see, how did the early church think about baptism, the Eucharist, the relation to Judaism, the relation with the culture? All these things are very important, and there's very clear answers. I mean, these guys were writing to the same parishes that are mentioned in the Bible. So I think there is a magnetism there that would appeal to a lot of people, and I also have a plan how we can get these into the hands of evangelical churches. The presentation of it is going to be truly ecumenical.